What's up, good people? Have any of you had to take time off or rest and just process coping with injury? Well, in this week's YouTube video, I'm giving you 8 things that you can do or ways that you can think how to process and cope with injury. What's up, good people? Welcome to Miles from India. If you are new to this page, I am India, and if you're returning, what's up and welcome back. So if you all checked out my last couple of videos, I really talked about recovering from injury and just kind of the things that I'm doing to recover from not so good race. So as I am doing my downtime, I said, you know what? There's a lot of things that as runners and athletes, we get all in our minds when we have to take time off, whether that just be recovering your body or recovering and taking time off from an injury. So in today's video, I really want to just discuss some things that can help you to cope with injury and the things that we need to do better with thinking about so that we can progress in a good way and get back to the pavement. So honestly, for me, I am just by myself taking time off from running. I have not had to go to the doctor. I'm actually feeling good when I'm walking. However, I know for me that shin splints is something that creeps up on you when you actually hit the pavement and when you are doing more intense workouts. So for me, I am personally taking some weeks off to ensure that I can give my body some rest. Now, I know when it comes to injury or when you're recovering from just not feeling so good, or when your body is having some aches and tweaks and everything, or if you go to a doctor and a doctor tells you you need to take a month off or 6 weeks or 12 weeks off, you're like, what? Like, how are you gonna take away from my hobby, take away from what allows me to enjoy myself, takes away from what allows me to escape from just like the mental stress of just life? And that is totally difficult. So in that process, a lot of times as runners and athletes, we start to have self-doubt, we have anxiety, we have fear, frustration, anger, like all of these emotions just start to come in and overcrowd us. And honestly, those feelings don't help. Those long-term feelings don't help us to progress forward in a healthy way. Many times we get into this like kind of self-pity party. Why did I do this? Will I ever run again? Will I ever be able to get back to it? But technically, if we do what we need to do to ensure that we're taking care of our body through the process, listening to the professionals, listening to yourself and your mind and your body, utmost, listening to your body, you can get back to it in a healthy way. So we're gonna go over 8 different things that you can do during the process of your downtime when you're not doing the activity that you love, what you can do to kind of process through injury. So the first thing is that you really want to sit and be in those emotions that I just listed. Like I said, there's anger, there's frustration, there's fear, there's anxiety, and even some people get into depression. Now, my thing is, I know a lot of people say, well, you shouldn't feel like that or you can't feel like that. Yes, you can. We really need to take the time to like accept those emotions that we have. Take a minute, accept them. It's frustrating. It's a change in your life. It's something that's breaking it up from your routine. And it's something that we just really don't love. So it's okay to have all of those emotions. It's okay to sit in those emotions, but what you want to work on is not sitting in those emotions long term. So give yourself a couple of days, if you need a week, whatever it is, give yourself some time to accept those emotions, give yourself a little moment to process, sit with it, and go through the several emotions, but don't allow those emotions to overtake the recovery process, because that can really, your mind can really take over your body. Number 2, so accepting where you are. So for me, it took a minute for me to not be upset with myself, because technically for me, I feel like I shouldn't have told the starting line, but it is what it is. You can't go back and change anything. So accepting the space that you are in. So what that means is accepting that you're gonna have to take some time off, and accepting that your everyday routine that you're used to having is going to look a little different. Through that accepting process, what you can do is focus on the fact that you can't change what has happened, but you can change the outcome and what can go forward. So that means staying positive and ensuring that you're staying in a place of doing the exercises and really dictating what the outcome of your recovery will be. So that means doing the exercises that you need to do, ensuring that you're actually listening to professionals and taking a break, and really working on what can I do to affect the outcome and not what actually happened, because again, you can't change that. So honestly, just really working on healing and healing the body inside and out. Number 3, doing what you can to learn about what's going on about your body. Now, that is not saying go down a Google rabbit hole, because listen, we all know that we will self-diagnose all up on WebD, all up in Google, and we'll have all these diseases and ailments, and when that may not be true. So we want to make sure that we're not self-diagnosing ourselves. However, if you know or have experienced the injury before, you know what it is. If you have expertise and if it's within your scope of work that you can tell yourself what you may have, then that's great. Look it up, see what it may take. So like for me, usually calf or shin splints to fully heal, depending upon the severity of it, it could take 3 to 6 months to heal. So for me, I definitely am taking off a couple weeks because I don't think that my situation was severe. However, I will be taking a couple weeks, as well as doing a test run to see how I am, and then let that dictate what I need to do. But I also am doing exercises to ensure that I'm helping to process that recovery. And the biggest takeaway from this one is I want you to ensure that you are really understanding, do you need to go to a professional? I think a lot of times as athletes, we really fear going to a professional because we are really scared on if the professional is going to say, well, you're out for 6 weeks, you can't run, you can't do this, you can't do, and give you a whole no list. And you're like, but running is life. So I totally understand that. But there's sometimes that we try to doctor on ourselves and do home remedies. And for one, we potentially can make the injury worse if you're doing exercises that can be counterproductive to your healing. But 2, there's sometimes that we really need professional help to heal us and have a better understanding on how our body can heal in an appropriate way. Now, we also understand that home remedies are amazing. Exercises and stretches are amazing. But no, guys, when you need to go to a professional and get help, because at the end of the day, we only have one body. And if you don't heal it correctly the first time, then it could be a reoccurring injury over time. It's best to take the time off now to heal the body so that when it is time to get back to the pavement, you can go hard and go strong, and you don't have to take some weeks off again down the line somewhere. Number 4, positive self-talk. Y'all, I don't think we understand how important it is that your mind also fuels your body. And again, like I said in the beginning, it's easy for us to get into this like pity party, upset with ourselves. But you know what? If we go throughout our day, said it's going to be okay, my body is going to heal, I'm going to do whatever it needs to do to be in a better place. I will return back to the pavement. I am going to get healthier, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get there. Those positive affirmations can help to heal the body, and ensuring that you are staying positive about the process, and so that you're not taking away from the energy that your body needs to actually heal in the process. Within this step, it is also very good to set actual goals. So setting goals to where you know, okay, I'm going to have a daily goal, whether that be I'm going to ensure that I'm going to do my recovery or exercises to help to recover my body, my stretches, my foam rolling, my soaking, whatever it needs to do to doctor up that injury, ensuring that you are actually doing that, setting goals for it. I'm going to ensure that I do this for at least 5 to 10 minutes today. Tomorrow, maybe 10 to 15 minutes, but setting those daily goals and also appreciating the small things that are happening. So example for me, the Monday after my race, I woke up with the swollen, like ankle foot area, and it just was not good. I literally could not walk on it. I took some time, I did my icing, I did recovery, and now I am walking totally fine. And it probably was something that I walked different, overcompensating for the pain that I was having in my shins, but now I'm good. So thinking about the positive things, thinking about the things that you are going to be able to change and do, and looking at the small like steps forward that you're making within your recovery. All of that positive talk and positive self-affirmation is good for your healing. Number 5, surround yourself by good people that are going to be positive. It is very draining being around people that saying, well, you shouldn't have did this, or you shouldn't have did that, or we told you not to do this. We understand we need tough love sometimes. I get it. We do need people to tell us how it is. We do need people to tell us where we may have gone wrong. But do we need that all the time? I think we, in the first beginning stages, within the acceptance stage, yes, we can get someone to tell us really how it is. But at the same time, when you're going through your healing, helping them to understand, I understand that I may have made a mistake. I understand I didn't do this right and now I'm injured. If it is your fault, there's people that get injured and it's not their fault. With cyclists that may get hit on a bike during your whatever it is. But I think that we have to understand that surrounding yourself by positive people that's going to uplift you and feed you that positive energy is something that is very, very important. People that are going to help to also hold you accountable to ensuring that you're doing your workout and your rehab. That is what is needed during that time. Number 6, which I touched on a little bit already, but ensuring that you are setting goals. And when I say goals, I think a lot of times when we get into a place of injury or having to take a step back, we automatically start thinking about goals for when it is time to get back to the pavement. We're like, okay, when I get back, I'm gonna make sure I PR, I'm gonna make sure I do this race, that race, I'm gonna make sure I do all of these things. But in actuality, we need to take a step back and think about where you are in the moment. What are some goals that you can have on a daily basis? What are some goals that you can do in between time before you even get there? Now, I'm not saying that you can't set goals for the future, but you want to ensure that you're not forgetting the present, trying to get to the future, and that you're getting yourself all anxious because you can't even get to the future because your body may not be rehabbing the way that it needs to. Y'all hear that? Like, literally, stay in the moment. Set some goals for the future, of course, but don't over obsess or get anxious or worried about not being able to even get to those future goals. Set your goals for the here and now. Now, number 7. So this one is a huge one for me. So a lot of times when we get injuries, we get into a place where we feel like we can't do anything else. But technically, there's a lot of people that when we get certain injuries, we can still maintain fitness. So in my situation, no, I may not be running, but what I can do is ensure that I am still lifting, doing strength training, and trying to figure out ways that I can substitute fitness. So for me, I am also doing cycling. That is something that can help me, but I'm not doing the impact on the road or the pavement. And so finding other ways that you can substitute fitness still to maintain a good fitness level so that you're not just completely out of it. Now, I know that that is a stressor that a lot of people have when they get injured is, am I going to lose fitness? Now, of course, that depends on how long you're out, but it also can, it can overcloud our mind thinking about losing the fitness instead of the rehab. Let's rehab first, and then we can think about and figure out how we can get back to the fitness. Because at the end of the day, if you don't take care of your body now, you may not get to it at all. So focus on the goals that you can do now and any of the small exercises or workouts that you can do currently in order to keep up some of the fitness. So for me, my arms are still working, everything's good. I can still lift weights and I can still cycle. So there's things that I can do to keep myself healthy as well as eat well. So the internal nutrition can help to heal the body. And number 8, if you've been around on my channel, you know that I say this all the time. Give yourself grace. The biggest thing is giving yourself grace through this process. Don't try to speed it up weeks and weeks ahead. Stay where you are, give yourself grace, and know that you will overcome this injury. In this phase, you want to embrace the accomplishments that you have had. For me, this run wall is something that really helps to keep me engaged and understand the accomplishments that I have had and that I will be able to get back to that. It just may be in a different time frame. So appreciate the accomplishments that you have, appreciate the moment that you're in, and also appreciate the health that you do have. I think that that is very important to where we can think about some of the positive things and ensure that we are giving ourselves grace and not being down on ourselves all the time. All right, so those are the 8 ways that I feel like you can help to cope through the process of recovery or injury. Again, I thank you all so much for coming to this channel. Don't forget, you only have one body. We need to take care of it. The races, the roads, the pavement, I did this positive pavement. The pavement is endless. It is out there. It's not going anywhere. Races may look a little different right now, but they're not going anywhere. So at the end of the day, take care of that one body that you have. You will be able to get back out there and you will come back stronger and better than before if you do what you need to do to take care of yourself. So thank you all so much for watching this channel. Go ahead and give your girl a big thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you all again soon.